In this video, we're going to talk about some tips and tricks on how to track your food on MyFitnessPal. Now, once you have your custom calories and macros set up, and they're all plugged into your MyFitnessPal, you can go ahead and start tracking your food. What I like to do is either the night before or the morning of while I'm having my coffee is to plug in some of my meals for the next day or that morning of. It saves me some time and also sets some guidelines as far as the macronutrients and micronutrients that I'm trying to meet for the day. So it changes as the day goes. You might end up going out to eat or eating a little more, a little bit less at a certain meal. Then you can go around and play around and adjust as needed. The first couple of weeks might be a little bit more time consuming as far as tracking. That's totally normal. Once you get all your foods plugged in, there's a great scanner feature. When you click on add your foods at the top right hand of your screen, when you're going to add a food, there's a barcode. You can scan barcodes. That adds foods really quickly. And once you get a couple weeks of food worth in the database, things are going to go really quickly. We all tend to eat a lot of the same things, so it's going to make tracking a lot easier. As far as alcohol goes, I like to subtract 30 carbs off of the total allotment to have a drink, beer, glass of wine, one martini or alcoholic beverage, whatever you like. So 30 grams of carbs, one alcoholic beverage. Keep that in mind because that all counts, right? If you're going out to eat and the restaurant is in there, great. Try to look up your foods ahead of time. That could be a great tool for you to use to make a good decision on dining out. If you do choose to splurge, that's fine too. Eat the food, enjoy it, right? That's what this is all about, and move on and get back on track the next meal, right? If your food is in there and you choose to log, great, log it in. If you're at a restaurant or at a party or a friend's house where food is not in there, don't stress about it, okay? Don't stress about logging it in or it being perfect. Typically if you are going to go out to eat or you have a party and things to go to, I like to save a lot of my carbs and fats for later in the day if I know I'm going out, so that I can enjoy these foods and it won't be as detrimental. So that's another little tip right there that you guys could use. So track your food as consistently as possible. You want to stay around 5 to 10% over or under, okay, your calories and your macronutrients, okay, so that we know what we're doing is working, okay? You want to be as consistent as possible. There's going to be a screen that you're going to pay attention to, and that's the most important screen. You scroll down to the bottom of your journal, and it says nutrition. Click on that nutrition tab and go to the nutrient screen, and that's going to list what you've eaten, your totals so far, your goals, and what you have left. That's the screen you want to pay attention to throughout the day to make sure you're hitting your numbers closely. I think food tracking is fun. It's very beneficial. It's worked for many of my clients. It's not something that should stress you out. I believe in flexible dieting, meaning that you are tracking. I think you should meet your requirements as far as eating your veggies, healthy fats and proteins, and good source of carb. But I think that you can also fit in some foods that you love as well, because this is a lifestyle change. This is for the long term. So if you want to fit in, let's say, a Reese's peanut butter cup, just adjust your food as needed for the day to fit that in, and that way you don't feel deprived, right? You have that in there to eat, but of course everything else is essential, and you want to focus your diet around those things as well, but you want to make sure that what you're eating you really do enjoy. So tracking, I have some clients that do it short term and they get the hang of it. They know exactly how to eat and what they can do and get away with, and some like it, some think it's like a game and they do it long term. So that's totally up to you, but I think it's a definite eye-opener. I think it's super important for us to know what we're putting in our bodies, and then it really gives us a good indicator to see what we're taking in and what's working and what's not. So I hope these tips and tricks for tracking MyFitnessPal was helpful to you.